All right, ladies and gentlemen, this grieving process has really taken a lot out of me. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't grieved in like so long. I guess it was when my mom passed away, and I've just been like, normally I'm not like this, but obviously my dad just died. But I'm like normally very happy and doing very well, and I'm doing well obviously still. But I'm like, oh my God, like my dad. So I had really hoped that he would see fame. I really hoped he had. So I mean, the cause of his death is still unknown. I don't know what happened. So we don't know. And I mean, there were things that we would have liked him to have done in his life. He was still young. Like, if you see his video, 84 years young pawn life, you'll see that he looked very, very young. He was young looking. Like, he looked super young. I don't know. That's what I think. I don't know what you guys think, but I mean, I feel like he looks super young. But anyway, um, he had a very different style to me, and I really liked that actually. It was kind of nice and refreshing to know that his performing style was very different, and he had kind of like a knack for it and everything. But he was totally different than me, and it was kind of nice. I really kind of valued that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna sit down to have kind of a different look. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. I just want to fall. Okay. All right, guys. Totally enjoy the show, everyone. Melina looks great. She's really happy to perform, and I'm really grateful to my fans. Um, a lot of people that knew my dad, when we were younger, yes, I had seen them all, but later on, I kind of, I didn't see them very much. I mean, I didn't know them. My dad sort of had his own set of friends. He had been around certain people around later on that he wanted to be around. So, it was kind of like, well, we didn't really have the same friends or anything, but there are people that really, cared and wanted to see him and really, really valued him. So, um, and I mean, he's very popular. I'm certain that if we would have had a funeral service for him, it would have been jam packed. Like, he was like he was like super talented and super popular. Like, he performed in Porter's Place 2 years ago or 1 year ago. So Porter's Place is a mall, and he performed there. And like, who's 82 and performs in a mall? Like, he performed in a giant mall. And that's just how my dad was. But I never put two and two together. I had always seen celebrities and watched celebrities, and not really, when you are that celebrity type, you don't really feel it necessarily. It's not like you're thinking everything you do is celebrity and iconic. But when I mean, like Madonna, for instance, I'm sure a lot of times she doesn't even notice she's as good as she is. It's kind of like, well, when you see that, everyone can tell that person's iconic. Everybody would love to be around that person. Everybody would hate if that person is suffering or anything like that. But when you are that person, you don't see it that way, really. Let me just put this on for a minute. All right. All right, guys. Totally enjoyed the show, everyone. I'm just going to get rid of these things because I want to make sure they're not in the way. All right, let's put that there. Let's put this over here. All right. All right, guys. I don't want anything in my way. All right. Now, apparently, not that many people saw his video. So I'm thinking a lot of people that know me don't really know my dad. They never knew what he was like, and a lot of people that want to see him. My fans are generally younger than me. I mean, not that that's always true. I think I've got older fans and people that are my age, but I find that a lot of 20-year-olds really really like me, 20 to 30, really, and maybe 30 to 40, like me because they're very like, I look super young. Like, my dad's girlfriend was 60, right? So You know, his girlfriend's 60 years old, so when she's 60 and he's 84, you know, he obviously was very young looking, so he attracted younger looking people. And all of his friends were in their 50s, you know. But, so, I mean, for same with me, like 20-year-olds love me. I think obviously everybody loves me. Like, I think I'm very popular with people that are my age too. It's just that I find that young people really, you know, and young people are more into the music scene and more like when I was 20, I was really into Madonna, you know. Um, People that are older tend to have certain things in their careers that make it less restrictive for the time they can spend online, so they don't have as much time. But they do watch. I can't speak for that. I don't know. I mean, I think that I haven't checked my demographics for my fans. Maybe they're all in their 40s or 50s or 60s. I don't know. But I mean, I do attract a lot of attention with the younger crowd. A lot of younger people do think I'm very good looking. So but that's not to say that's always true. And for me, I mean, for me, I'm okay with every age. I mean, my wife is 29 or something. I don't even know her age, but she's about 29 or 30. Um, but but that's Markle. But you know, it's kind of like, well, you know, when you look young, you do attract a lot of younger attention. I mean, a lot of Hollywood stars go for younger people. Like look at Scott Disick. You know, his girlfriend is 19 and he's 37. But I mean, my wife is. I think 29 is a good age. You know, I don't think or 30 or 29 is a good age. I don't think that's really, you know, far fetched, or I don't think that's unhealthy. You know, but I wouldn't go in. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't think I'd go younger. I mean, I do like her maturity. But I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll stay together for our whole lives. But you know, I do feel that younger people do like me, and I mean, obviously there's a lot of young, attractive people, but older people love me too, you know. And I think that people that are my age, a lot of people that are my age love me, and a lot of people that are older love me. So I'm not discrediting that. Don't worry, I'm not discrediting that. I just feel that a lot of people that are younger, and I'm at the age now where people younger and older love me, and it's kind of like a blended in equally kind of thing. But I think a lot of younger people are more into things like YouTube and TikTok. So I mean, maybe that's another reason too, you know. But give me 1 second, guys. But you know, that kind of thing. But I mean, sometimes I've been told I look like a teenager, and I don't think teenagers necessarily think I'm great. But I mean, I don't know what teenagers think because they don't really pay attention. But I mean, but obviously some of them are great now. My friends have children now and everything too. But I mean, you know, it's kind of like, well, a lot of people have a lot of people, yeah. So I mean, I'll tell somebody that I look like a teenager. So I really don't think I look that young, but I do look young. And when I was 18, I did look the same as I do now. So I mean, it's like Mario Lopez, right? Like Mario Lopez looks like AC Slater still. If he had the mullet, he would look the same. If he got more muscle tone, he probably looked older when he was younger because he had more muscle tone. You know, so I mean, like people do age very well sometimes. You know, Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell too. Like uh, uh, Zach Morris. I forget what his real name is. He was very young looking and he looked amazing. You know, when he was 18. I mean, as far as 18-year-old guys go, I usually find a lot of them look very young and almost like super young, and they grow into more manliness later on. And so I find that, but he was like, I mean, you would not be able to tell he was 18. I had no idea. I was the same age as him at the time, I think. So I think he's the same age as me. And you know, someone like that, yes, he looks young. I think he would like my channel. I don't know what exactly if he actually watches it. I mean, that'd be kind of cool if he did, but I don't know if he does. But I doubt it because I'm not famous, so I don't think many celebrities watch. But I wouldn't be surprised if some celebrities do. I mean, they're very talented. And I was on a podcast, um, your mom's podcast, and famous people were interviewed on that show. So, I mean, I was one of the people on there. I just wasn't highlighted the way that I would have liked, but I was on there. So, I mean, people probably dismissed it because it was a short clip and it wasn't my best work, and it wasn't all about me. Or, you know, if I had been interviewed by them, I think I would have really had more of a chance to be going viral, but I wasn't interviewed by them. And they didn't even mention my handling. I think people just had to look for my video based on the video they put up of me. But you know, I mean, I was on something that like Brendan and Yuri, which I think I'm better than in terms of talents and looks. I mean, he's very talented, but looks wise. And so he's on. He was interviewed by them, and I'm sure lots of celebrities were. So I mean, I was on the same show, but I was put on there as a YouTuber that was kind of like ranked among other YouTubers that were just kind of like quick cliches or kind of like uh, 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 passing buyers, not really making a mark in the world. When you're a celebrity and you're interviewed on there, it's different than when you're a YouTuber that's being on there and you're not highlighted to the point where you're highlighted among the stars. Like if they said, Brendan Urie, what do you think of this? And then he talked about it, it would have been different. But because, and maybe people that were on other shows, maybe if they had celebrities were involved, it would have been different. But because I was just put up on there as a YouTuber, and I do good covers kind of thing, that helps, my career. But it wasn't like I was considered a star, and I'm not a star. I'm not a star yet, but I wasn't considered a star really. But it's kind of nice to know that I was on a podcast where celebrities are being interviewed. I'm kind of crazy about that. Like that's cool. That's awesome. So really happy about that. And um, it's kind of like um, when you are put in a video where there's other celebrities, you kind of feel like, oh, I wish I was already a celebrity. Like I'm so good, but maybe they don't even know my good videos. Maybe they don't watch, right? I don't know. I'm not sure if they're even watching this video. Maybe they are, and maybe they'll put another bit of me on there. I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of cool if they put me on again and highlighted my career a little more positive. They kind of made a joke about referencing it, but and not that it was bad. I don't think they were doing it on purpose to be mean. I think they were just doing it to be, I'm so gorgeous that for some reason they ended up saying things a certain way. But like Brendan Urie, I really feel I'm better than Brendan Urie in a sense. I mean, he's very talented, but I do feel I look better. So I think if they would have highlighted me the way they highlighted Brendan Urie, I would have been given more accolades and more um, more followers that way. And if I had mentioned my handling wasn't even mentioned. Alright guys, totally enjoyed the show. Click that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Bye. Bye.